I'm Evan Perkins with Hot Rod Magazine. We're here at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas with Rutledge Wood, who is the host of American Top Gear and a train horn enthusiast.
Thank you.
So he did something unique that's kind of weird even for Power Tour and showed up with 2 identical Camaros. So we're going to talk a little bit about the cars.
So yeah, we have 2 identical 68 Camaros. We call them the Evil Twins. So one of my best friends is a guy named Tanner Faust that I do Top Gear with. And he did stunts for the movie Need for Speed that shot in Georgia, just south of me. And he drove stunts in these cars. And when they were done with the movie, they kind of asked him, hey, do you want to buy one of the cars? He said, yeah. And he told me about it. I said, well, is there more than one? He said, yeah, there's 2 of them. I said, well, tell him I want the other. So this was Tanner's car, and this was my car. So they were identical. They both had these really big drift brakes so they can get the car sideways.
I noticed there's an extra caliper on the rear wheel.
Yes, there is a massive drift brake.
Have you had fun with the hydro brake?
Oh yeah. I mean, you have to, right? I mean, I can't. Yes. I'm not saying I can drift quite like Tanner,
but you can ruin tires pretty good.
But I can slay tires with the best of them. So when we got the cars, both of them had LS3 crate motors, 525 horse. They both have the Tremec 5-speed, the 600. So it's a monster thing. Both have Detroit rear ends in them. This one now has a limited slip. Mine's got a locker in there. Okay. But what we did is I actually sold my car to my friend Steve Allgood. His dad, Randy Allgood at Kenwood Rod Shop, is who builds all my stuff. So Steve bought that car and started working on it. So I suddenly had no Camaro. Tanner bought a GT3 and needed room in the garage to put that monster. So I said, well, what are you going to do with yours? He said, I'm going to sell. I was like, all right, I miss it. Turns out I want the car back.
So you've owned both of these Camaros.
Yes.
You've owned every Camaro in this scene.
In this
has been
vicinity,
owned by Rutledge
I have
Wood.
owned both of these, but now just this one's mine. And what's cool is when you have a car like this that has kind of a neat story about the movie and our friend, and Steve being one of my closest friends, it's so cool that we could have cars that match. And so we thought, all right, what do we want to do with them? Well, he 4-linked his, and I did a cool thing with Summit Racing where we said, all right, let's pick a few different things that fans can vote on and let them choose sort of like a pick your own destiny. So when I got the car, it had some billet wheels on there that were kind of like that new style rally, which was cool, but I knew I wanted something a little bit different. It had the leaf springs on there, and it had the same interior as Steve's, which is cool. It was different, but I wanted something a little bit sportier. So what was cool is all the fans voted on Summit Racing, and so we ended up going with the new Forge Line GZ3s, custom 3-piece. I mean, beautiful wheels. Steve did mini tubs in the back of his, so you know he's got a little bit more meat on his. But we did the GZ3s, extreme contact Continentals around them. I changed the interior. TMI has these awesome Pro Series Sport R seats that I went with the Houndstooth. They sent the matching rear cover, and those things are so nice. It's such a game changer. So we did that in the 4-link, added some KC LED headlights. Both of them have grip royal steering wheels. And really, besides adding vintage air, because I mean, you don't...
It's hot.
It's so hot everywhere you go.
Hot.
We are in Texas. Man, vintage air has changed the game for what these cars are doing. So yeah, besides that, put some cool tires on there, cool wheels, some loud pipes.
And prove it can handle 1,500 miles in 7 days of driving. So
that's it.
That's why we're here. But thanks for coming out. We're going to see you around. You're going to do the entire Power Tour, right?
The whole time I'm on, unless something blows up.
That's everybody else's story,
That's everyone's really like, yeah, we're on for the whole thing. And then I got really bad stomach cramps and went home in Tulsa. And you're like, okay.
That's not an excuse. We got the Chevrolet Motor Medics here, so if something goes wrong, you got to take advantage of those guys, and they'll get you tuned up and complete the whole Power Tour.